90.5
90.5
FM
is
is WOG Athens.
Oh my god.
90.5
my
is
god,
crazy.
that's crazy.
90.5 is WUG Athens. You're listening to D90.5 Season 3 Infinite Sojourn.
What if I
believe
just did this entire episode mimicking Lindsay?
This is the 5th
I
iteration.
mean, you could. I wouldn't like.
Because I listened back on the first one when I did impersonate you for a hot minute.
It
was a
sounded
good one.
good.
Indistinguishable.
I'd like to point out
Let's
before
hear it
we
again.
really get
Let's hear it
started
again.
the disappointment I faced when I looked at the 3rd episode that had been uploaded to YouTube, and now it has 4 views, but for most of the day it had 1, and that was disheartening.
So when you
This heart of
upload
darkness
this
thing.
to YouTube, and people listen to this and they hear you complain about the views that you get.
No one's listening to our show.
I think it's a valid complaint. I try hard.
You do.
It is a valid complaint, but complaints do
Yes.
not loyal listeners make,
Complaints
as my
make-
mother always told me.
It's the only thing I'm good at.
Huh?
Huh? Wow.
All right.
No, where are my characters?
To recap where we were
my character?
at the end of
Where's my
last week,
character?
y'all got away from the Imperial Sky platform, where Isabel committed murder, and then
Isabel, I think you mean Doobie.
Doobie.
Thank you.
That's true.
Do we know
Isabel
kind
has
of
no
where-
say.
Separate the artist from the art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can say Doobie's a war criminal. I cannot say Isabel's a war criminal
For
Isabel is
certain.
not a war criminal.
yet.
That
So
we
she
know of.
says.
I mean,
on
Isabel
this day.
is
The
kind
jury's
of
still
a
out.
Bavarian separatist.
All right, let's go around and I feel like we haven't done character names in a while, or like introduce
like
ourselves.
actual names?
Yeah. Oh, what's up? I'm your DM, Chase. I go by DM Chase.
Cute.
Going around to my left.
I'm Lindsay. I play Jar Jar Bonks, the Gungan Scout, who is very hot.
I'm Isabel. I play Doobie Nim. He's 2.5 feet tall. And I recently watched a Born Different, one of those like Snapchat things.
Stop, I hate
where the
those.
girl was 2.5 feet tall.
Oh.
And I was like, Doobie.
The Born Different like Snapchat videos where they're like, this girl was born with no head, and yet she's still making a
So
statement.
no head.
This girl was born with no head, and yet she still has a boyfriend of 5 years. What are you doing with your life?
How's your life?
She's been in prison for
How's
all
your
her
day?
life.
How's your day?
She's
yeah,
spoken
that's
to
Doobie.
3 men in total.
Who are you, cynic? That's speaking right now. You didn't introduce yourself.
Oh. Yeah, no, I did. I'm Anne. I play Nanu Voss, and I'm lonely. I have baggage.
Damaged.
Baggage in D&D, unheard of.
Your carry weight's a lot though, so you're. Never mind. Terrible.
I didn't understand that joke
That's
because
fine.
I'm cool.
I didn't understand that joke because I've kissed people before.
Yeah. Listen.
I'm not a virgin.
Hey, Dad, if you're listening.
I swear that's a lie. I haven't kissed anyone ever.
Yeah,
was a
literally.
joke.
Dad, I've never made eye contact with a man.
I've never held hands. Well, that's
Chase, let go of my hand. Chase, let go of my hand.
well, that's simply not true.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it?
We're sitting
that's
5 feet
That's
apart.
a fun
Let
visual
the record
gag.
show from other people sitting in the booth that Chase was not holding Lindsay's hand.
Thank you.
Man,
Chase has a girlfriend of 6 months.
trying to speak it into
That's
existence.
today.
Wow, you knew that off the top of your head.
Yes, it's because Alice and I are friends.
Crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
I'm Jacob. And I'm playing Trask, another scout, Trandoshan scout.
We're good at party diversity.
Scouts. Anyway, except
Half
for
the party.
Look, it works that we have 2 scouts because one is always there to remind the other that you can mark someone as your
It's always just that one though. It's always Trask.
it's always halfway through the episode, Jacob remembers,
That
and then
reminds-
Jacob
And then-
says
yeah.
something, and then I'm like, oh my god.
That reminds me. Jar Jar Bonks had to depart a little bit early at the previous episode, but
Yes.
he was issued a sniper rifle. So go ahead and add that to your
Wonderful.
inventory and equip
Yes.
that.
I was
you
a
might
little
get some better rolls than
then with my blaster carbine.
yeah.
Also,
How-
I meant to tell everybody I do not have my dice, so we're using.
Ooh, I don't have
Oh.
my dice out.
So
Isabel
we're
does
using
not.
generated dice roll.
Are we using generators tonight?
How can I
Mayhaps
add a
the
weapon
generator
in
gods
here?
will be kinder to
Go to
Oh, I think I see it. Is
If
this
you-
it?
yes.
Last week
Equipment?
was rough for you.
so
But make sure you
bad.
hit
Tough.
equip when you hit it
I
too.
changed
Okay.
up dice too. Like,
Y'all had some nasty rolls last week.
I don't
It
know
was-
what you're talking about, y'all.
not good
It was
times.
Anne.
That's true. Doobie was like,
Doobie was on fire as always.
As
I
he
love my
always
little
is.
bat boy.
Even when you fail, Doobie is too small to fail.
Okay.
Um,
Yay! I have my sniper
Doobie's
rifle.
like,
Yes.
I would simply not critically fail.
the opposite of
Could
the opposite
not.
of the Banks in 2008 and the Titanic. You're too small to fail.
Yes, I apologize to our loyal listeners if I was a little off last episode. I developed a horrendous migraine about 30 minutes in, so
The migraine's name was Chase McGee.
I was.
That's my
steal
full name
joke.
too. Sorry.
I was truly suffering. Chase let me go early out of his infinite grace and wisdom.
That's me. So where we left off is you successfully evaded the Imperials and you made it to Canyon Base, which was a Petra-esque rebel base carved out in the side of a canyon on Tatooine. And before you get sort of your briefing or your next steps, I kind of wanted to do some personal scenes so we can go around the table, and I think it's fair to allow you to talk to whoever you want to talk to, whether it's each other, it's Nurbed. There's an admiral character I can introduce who will kind of talk to you a little bit more about life in the rebellion. We can kind of explore some roads here. I kind of have a feeling what Jar Jar Bonks and Doobie might do.
It sounds
with
like
their
you're trying to
speaking.
force a romantic
I'm not
arc.
forcing anything.
It sounds like Chase is in favor of the Jar Jar Bonks ex.
I'm not in
Doobie
favor of it. I
dynamic.
just know I couldn't stop it if I
This
tried.
just sounds like you're explicitly condoning it.
It kind of does.
I mean, you
it's-
are suggesting this.
But Chase also has a point that
They haven't
it's
been subtle.
unstoppable.
It's unstoppable.
It's unstoppable.
I couldn't if I tried. I could write one of them out of the campaign.
The chemistry
and
is too dense.
It's-
Love knows no bounds.
See, but like, let's be real here.
One
two
of us
male
is
characters deeply in
anything-
love, played by two female players. It's like just
That-
love.
And Chase, if you were to like write them like apart from each other, that would only fuel the
Wrong,
like
yeah.
strength of their love.
It doesn't feel like we're fetishizing people either. That's a
No.
super
It's because
fun
they're
feeling.
not people.
Oh,
Man.
It's a genre
wow.
fan.
Whoa.
It's a little bat boy.
How many
Yeah, it's
fractions
a-
of rights
and
are
a
you gonna give Jar
gun
Jar Binks?
Little rights as a treat.
Oh, terrible.
Well, Jar Jar, like I forget how tall is Jar Jar? I think he's like
Tall.
6'5",
He's a tall boy.
and
Said he was
Doobie's
really tall.
2'5".
Every time you cite his height.
Doobie's 2.5.
That
feet
height
tall.
difference.
Yeah.
That's like a full.
It's like jetpacking
human.
to a new extreme.
The difference
All
between
jetpacking is
Doobie
when the
and
little
Jar
spoon's
Jar
on the
is
outside.
like a third grader height.
Don't compare this to a child.
Stop that! Stop that now!
No, it's like 4
You
feet.
Stop it.
Don't like it.
Stop.
How
Let's
tall
get to
are
our first
you?
character
Oh,
scene.
Ligant.
I want to start with Jar Jar Bonks. Jar
Yes.
Jar, what are you gonna do?
My
There's
first character scene. This is crazy.
yeah.
I've been thinking a lot. That's all.
That's a
I've been
change.
thinking my thoughts.
Yeah.
When did this start?
But Jar
all I care to
Jar's,
say about
you know, he usually works alone, just out of the nature of his assignments. Underwater stuff doesn't really lead to a lot of interpersonal connection. But I think a lot of Jar Jar's backstory has been due to the fact that he, like, was on the straight and narrow for a very long time, and he had a family.
What is the loneliest number? Sorry.
Things. But like, you know, he had a family, and like he did all this. He was a city guard in the Gungan city.
Of what?
The city where the Gungans live
On what planet?
on Naboo.
Cool. What's the city called?
Hang on, I'm gonna get that to you in.
It's not Naboo City. I'll give you that.
It
What
is
was that
called
armor that I found? Was it just battle armor?
It
Otogunga.
was. You say Toyota?
No. How do we-
Corolla?
Superstar.
Toyota.
Okay. TC Superstar, if you're listening,
We love you.
We love you.
It's composite armor.
TC Superstar, if you're listening.
It's medium with a stealth.
Yeah,
It's-
TC
should be
Superstar, if
AC
you're
15
listening.
plus your dex.
Hey.
You Oh, okay.
Last time I saw TC Superstar, it was 2 a.m. in Little Italy. So,
Yeah, but your personal scene.
yes, my personal scene.
You
I'm
wanted
trying
to-
to figure
That
out.
sounded like a personal
Space
scene.
TC Superstar.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce Autogunga.
Autogunga.
Otto von Bayern. Sorry.
Autogunga. Yeah, so he was like a city guard in like Autogunga, and like everything was going well for him.
How old is he?
I would put him at about like 30-ish, mid 30s.
So he was a little bitty boy in the early days of episode 1.
Oh yeah. Like in episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I thought you meant of D90. I was like, man, how fast did he age?
He pulled some like
Yeah.
some JPJJ aging
I miss JPJ.
when you realize your character is
Why
badly
do you miss
aged.
JPJJ? You're playing JPJJ, but like competent.
because I
Man,
miss
if Doobie's
being
competent, I don't want
Like,
to
that
see
was a big part of
JPJJ.
the
JPJJ tripped through a window and did so badly at it that he broke his face.
JPJJ really tried to
That
seduce
was all that
that
happened
woman
that whole
with
fight.
Yeah, and then I beat up a bunch of rats.
Yeah.
Remember when JPJJ punched his own nose and
Yeah.
broke it?
Yeah.
I miss
He, like
him.
panicked.
Also, JPJJ had no concept of object permanence.
No.
JPJJ just really hated Arlo.
Every time.
I remember because I felt sick in the middle of that and I had to leave. And I remember hearing in the car, like, y'all tucked like a small dragon in someone's pocket. And JPJJ went, no.
Oh my god, Chase has the coronavirus.
Stop. It's just allergies.
Mike could be.
Mine could be.
confirmed cases in the county adjacent to our hometown.
Don't say that.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to
Okay,
the
Jar
personal
Jar
scenes.
Bonks. He's like, yeah, mid 30s. And his family was killed in the war. You know that one.
The World War?
Yeah, World War II. They were drafted to Nam, but like
Separate war.
Nam on Naboo. No, I'm kidding.
Nambu.
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 Everyone's gangsta till the tree starts speaking Gungan.
They're like Misa tree.
Lisa
Welcome
be the
to the
last
swamp,
thing you
Patty.
ever see.
Creedence Clearwater Revival space songs start playing.
Space song by Beach House. No,
I see 2 bad moons rising.
I want an up around the,
End
bin
by The
cover
Doors.
from the modal nodes.
the modal nodes cover The End by The Doors as there's a slow motion napalm scene.
Yeah.
Can you
guys,
tell that I had to watch Apocalypse Now in high school? Okay, listen, Jar Jar Bonks was like literally just vibing as a palace guard when his family was killed in the war, and like he
Wait. Which war?
no, the one in
In not Phantom Menace.
no, it would have been
The Clone Wars?
Was it Phantom Menace?
no, wasn't it like, you know, execute Order 66? It was like everyone
So the
died.
Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, in the Clone Wars.
Cool. That makes more sense than the episode 1 battle.
Yes.
Cool.
Anyway,
Sorry to do that.
no, it's okay. Can you tell that I've really genuinely thought through my backstory?
No, I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
We
he,
even watched the Star Wars movies recently.
so he like decided to just kind of leave the establishment behind forever. What?
The establishment.
Yeah, well, like, you know, Naboo, like all of
once again asking for your Gungan support.
he I think the real establishment was all those
Can we get through this backstory? I'm
Yes,
so
we're
sorry,
getting
'cause
through
I'm
the
the one interrupting.
it's okay. Yeah, so he like he went through you know, he contracted his work out to whoever would hire him, and Jabba the Hutt was very interested at the prospect of having a bounty hunter who could navigate aquatic environments, and contracted him specifically for that kind of work.
Cool.
And he hasn't really made any attachments since then, so I think to come this far with a steady group that has really bonded and been through, you know, Jar Jar Bonks' near-death experience, Doobie's near-death experience, Nanu's near-death experience.
Everyone's near-death experience.
You know,
How do you think he feels about like the rebellion?
About the rebellion, I think that he finds it difficult to attach himself to any kind of political nation state, or have any
Good
loyalty
thing
to.
it's not a nation state. We don't got much going
Yeah,
on.
the good old. Sorry, I have a political geography test tomorrow. I've been thinking a lot about nation states.
Been thinking of that's messed up. The nation states.
Yeah. But he doesn't really attach himself to any particular ideology. He's of the mindset that like everything is subjective and everything is. He's very jaded. But I think.
Massive yawn. Middle
I'm
sentence.
so sorry. This is not in response to D90. This is
It's 9 p.m. and it's getting late.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime. It's past my bedtime. Anyway, I think that this is kind of more of a this is really taking on a large personal journey for him as well as a physical one, because he's been with these people. He's been with this kind of movement. I mean, he'll contract work to whoever hires him, but I think that he's starting to kind of see what the rebellion is, but I don't think that he's sold just yet, because he's worked with the rebellion before, he's worked with Imperials before, he's worked with anyone who's hired him.
Just kind of a free agent.
So we will see what happens with Jar Jar Binks and
Awesome.
where his loyalties lie.
Well, I think that was very insightful. Thank you. How about we go to Doobie now?
Okay.
Do you have any sort of scene you want to do, or do you want to?
So.
Isabel just yanked the mic up to her mouth.
I did.
We're
and
in
I don't
for
know
it.
why I did that, because I could have just sat up, but
It's more dramatic that way.
it is a lot more dramatic that way. I was watching a soap cutting video. It gave me a lot of ideas.
Right now?
Gave you a lot of ideas
It
for
gave
your
me a lot of
backstory.
ideas for Doobie.
How they just
How she gets into
slice and dice.
I'm
Yeah.
actually very
That's
curious.
all that's happening in his mind. It's just like
It's just soap.
cutting.
You know that thing? It's
The
like,
ASMR tie-in.
When he murders, it's just soap cutting.
have you seen that like tweet that's like, I am a bar of soap and God is a girl with acrylic nails and a box cutter.
I think in the case of Doobie, it's more like
God is a woman.
in the case of Doobie, it's more like the world is a piñata and Doobie is a 13-year-old whose parents are going through a divorce.
That's so true. But that actually leads me into my backstory. So, Doobie.
It's a child of divorce.
Bat divorce.
Bat
No.
We can't be too hard on him. Think of his upbringing.
So Doobie actually had a lovely little childhood until his life was saved. Okay, by a monk.
And, that was
And
a
they were
bad
like,
thing?
now you owe.
Did you
your-
just do Les Mis? Is that this?
No. So, Shouter fans, I looked this up. I know this very well because I read this when I realized that I didn't know what a Shouter fan was first week. Shouter fans are very social creatures. And Doobie.
Would they live with their sister's extended kids and steal bread for them?
Okay. That's my response to that.
Thank you.
Because
Very mature.
this isn't Les Mis. This is Doobie Nim. So, Doobie just really loves his...
such a haste, you forgot the best.
Anyway, so Doobie was basically sold to his mom.
I just thought of Who Am I, but with Doobie Nim. Sorry.
Can you tell Chase was a theater kid in high school?
Yeah, I went to Waffle House at 2 a.m. on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So did I, but I wasn't a
That's the
theater
only
kid. I was just
criteria.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I get
and
No, as a man in like high school theater, the criteria is do you have a pulse? Isabel, continue.
Okay, yeah.
The bar
may
is
I?
in.
So, basically, Doobie was like sold to these monks, but he's a very social creature. So now that he's with this group, he does not care who they are. He just wants friends, which is why he's just
Oh.
like latched on, and that's why he's so quick.
Literally
to kill.
latched on.
Yeah, because he's a little bat. But like that's why he's so quick
like
to
Brain.
kill, because he's like
Yeah.
somebody's like threatening my friends, like I'll end you, because he just loves his friends, even if they don't consider like him a friend. He just really
Aw.
loves like connection. So that's where my head is at with Doobie, and he feels kind of at this point he feels kind of guilty for killing that guard.
Does he?
He does, because here's Doobie just loves. He just has
Out of curiosity, did Doobie ever experience loss of like
Lost
Of a
that
chicken?
joker.
Or
it's actually a
chicken
chicken.
in like second grade?
Hey, remember how we projected credit card debt onto a character? Let's project chicken loss onto
Let's
another one.
project childhood
Lost
trauma.
but chicken.
No, so
Lost.jpg with chicken.
So no, Doobie never lost a chicken-like creature in second grade or any grade for that matter.
Because he never went to school.
Because he never went to school, but what he did do,
No cap and gown. I ain't go to class.
what Doobie did do,
Doobie doobie doo.
yeah, what Doobie did.
I hate the Scooby Dooby Doo bit too.
Okay, may I finish my story?
Yes, I'm sorry.
So,
I'm so bad.
Doobie did not have a chicken. However, he did lose his family because he was sold to monks. So now every
He walked
night,
down the stairs with his highlighted brown hair and a messy bun. His blue orbs saw his mother.
They're actually brown,
Oh.
but
Said, these are your new
We're done.
owners, the
We're done.
Chandrafan
Okay.
monks.
so well, his parents were Chandra fan too. But anyway, now
Chandrafan monks? They like, shut up, love.
The monks are just.
Said, oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
This is a mix of Les Mis and One Direction fanfics, and I hate it.
But yeah, anyway, so he goes, and now every night he thinks of his family, and he says, "I love you" 11 times before he goes to bed. So
Isabel,
that
you
they'll
have
be
no right to be
protected.
making me cry like this.
Hey, how do you think Doobie feels about the rebellion?
Doobie just loves his friends, and he doesn't care what they stand for. Doobie is like me. He's just so loyal.
Maybe the real rebellion was the friends we made along the
Literally,
way.
Doobie doesn't care as long as like the people he cares about, because he lost his family, and so like he still hopes that they're okay. But now he's found a new family, and he'll like go ride or die for the rebellion if that's what they support. He
So-
doesn't really care.
Doobie, rather, is the chicken or duck and has imprinted
Yes,
on
but-
literally the first people who haven't been like, get away.
So one thing,
Basically.
can I make a small insightful comment real quick? One thing that I've noticed, or that I've kind of picked up on right now, if we're going with the Doobie and Jar Jar arc, is that Doobie is eager for attachment and bonding and gets over-attached at the things that, at the first, people that show him kind of any attention, whereas Jar Jar
That's
is
secure attachment.
determined to stay unattached.
That's anxious attachment.
Okay, we get it. You're an interpersonal comm.
You're a comm major.
Yeah, I
Can
am.
you let her finish telling me about Doobie?
Well, so
You're this character's parent.
you sold Doobie to the Chandrafan. No,
I'm rolling all ones because that's how I feel right now.
He wasn't
all my ones
sold.
are face up.
They just were like, "We saved your life. We're taking you now." His parents love him.
anyway, what I'm noticing is Doobie will get attached to the first person who shows him any compassion, whereas Jar Jar is determined to stay unattached because he's been hurt so many times in the past. So this is a very interesting relationship dynamic, and it's eerily similar to my own college experience, and it's finally
Okay.
glad for me to be on the other side of it this time.
Nanu,
Sounds healthy.
Oh no.
Nanu, do you have any scenes you want to play
Wait,
out?
can I finish mine?
You were done.
So Doobie is just sitting there introspectively feeling kind of bad. Thank you.
Okay.
Nanu, how are you doing? Do you want to have a conversation? Do you want to
Yeah.
talk more? or
Yeah,
what?
I'm gonna turn to Trask, who
The
I
gang.
guess is now like my buddy,
Hey.
because he cheered me up earlier.
We are buds.
We are buds. And I'm gonna be like, yo, wanna go find out what's up with this commander dude?
Yes,
Cool.
Awesome.
absolutely.
So you head to the largest structure in this cliff carving. It's sort of a temple shape. Really, it's just Petra. Because I think that's really cool. But you asked for an audience with Stonus Dara. He's a rebel admiral who previously had a history in the Republic Army and I guess the Republic Navy, and then sort of went AWOL at the end of the Clone Wars. He's not a clone. He's one of the many like commissioned military that they had. And he sort of gathers with you two, and you have an audience with the Admiral. What would you like to ask?
If you have something to say, say it.
No, you
Okay.
go. This is playing out in real time, by the way. That's what Trask says.
Oh.
You go.
Okay.
He says this is playing out in real time.
They both turn to each other and they're like,
Role playing? We've only done combat.
okay, wait, real quick. Just like, how had we heard about the Admiral like before this, or had we not?
I don't think you had. I think
Oh,
you simply
okay.
arrived with Figure and Dawn to this like rebel hideout, and basically you were called to see the man in charge. He was going to brief you on some plans next, but we can do that in a bit.
So were you the one who organized the debacle in the cantina?
Well, I didn't hope for it to go the way it did, but sure went belly up, didn't it?
So,
Yes.
Wait, why was the door sealed shut in the back? Because we had spoken and were under the impression that like there was supposed to be someone down there. And if you orchestrated this, what's up with that?
I left that in the hands of Alantha. She was a very new agent. I won't say anything as far as her competence. We were all very fond of her, but I'm not sure she had done her research. From what I knew, that basement had been sealed off.
So you knew that
certainly
the door
was.
was blocked.
I found that out after the
Oh.
incident.
I see.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oof. 8.
Insightful.
So on an 8, I think you see that he's being like honest in his intentions, and he's having a candid conversation. My character voice is not giving that inflection at all, but here we are.
We can't fault the man for his voice.
I just sound real bad.
It's not my fault. I just speak this way.
It's not my fault I sound like a pirate.
Yeah.
So if you were so in that case, like, were you the one who assembled like us in particular, or was that also Alantha?
I had very little say in who Alantha chose as her operatives. I trusted her to make the right decision, and I assume that remains to be seen. Is your party still aboard for the job? Now that you've seen more of what it looks like.
I mean, I don't know if I'm like. I mean, I'm still in.
I'm between jobs right
I'm
now.
unlucky, but I'm still in.
You're between jobs right now. Did you want to leave ours?
No, I've just my usual trade is smuggling, and the last trip I ran ended badly for me and my ship and crew. So
And crew.
Very sorry.
You
to hear
piloted
that.
us, dude.
we'll talk later.
This is not relevant at the
Not
time.
in front of the admiral.
Very sorry to hear that, sir.
But the reward money for this job should set me a good way towards
And
getting back into the sky.
we'll happily compensate you at the end of this ordeal. I'm very sorry that we don't know more of what it entails, but we're very thankful for all you all have done so far.
I'm just gonna like sort of puff up a little bit at the praise and be like, we work well in tight spaces. What can I say?
You really do, and that does seem to surprise me.
hey, 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 hey,
Especially
especially in Nanu.
I was thinking more duty.
Yeah,
for
yeah, me
defense.
Oh
But also, yeah, you want to call out Nanu? That's
no! Oh, I was making a joke in poor taste. I will.
Oh, I'm aware.
Wait,
Yeah, Anne picked up on it.
I did, which is also in part why I went.
wait, what's the joke in?
We work
Oh,
well
sweetie,
in
it's
tight
okay.
Spaces.
Yeah.
Think about
They're
it.
very close, but they're only platonically close.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
I'm aware.
buds.
I'm
They're-
aware.
they're battle
I'm aware.
buddies.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I was not trying to insinuate anything at all. Why would I do that?
Me?
Well,
Me, Lindsay, cause chaos?
I'm glad you all came and met with me because I wanted to ask specifically the two of you
Oh.
Not that I have anything against the other two. As speaking only to
So
present,
he's just gonna stare him like,
you're not there.
You're not
No.
okay.
You said you're thinking sadly.
Speaking only to present company, but we feel that you two are very valuable assets to the rebellion, and if it's something you would like to continue to do and sort of stay with us, sort of hitch your wagon to our wheel, as I don't know, this is space.
Hitch your wheel to the wagon.
Hitch your wagon to my star. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hit
That
your
sounds
tractor
like the
beam
recipe
to.
for like a burnt wagon.
You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it? It's a bad euphemism. I'm just saying we would value you two here, and we could offer you a more stable life. I mean, the life of a rebel's not too stable, but it sounds like y'all have not had the easiest of lives before this.
I think before I commit to anything, I'm gonna need to know more.
Yeah. Let's hear the
Like-
job details before we go signing
That's
on.
understandable completely. Let me call in the rest of your crew, and we'll sort of inform everyone.
All right, Jar Jar Bonks is here.
Get in here.
We still have the calling.
And 30 minutes into this recording, we made it to the beginning of like the episode, which is good. I wanted to have some sort of character moments because we've done a ton of combat.
I'm just glad it worked because I was like, I'm gonna pull Trask into this so we can speed up the personal moment.
No, y'all did good. It was very good.
We had ours like last.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's also what I
Session
was
too.
thinking. I was
Yeah.
like,
You've also y'all have had some good like development. So the four of you and Nurbed have assembled in, and Lindsay's gonna make a comment. Oh, Nurbed, don't remember him.
her face literally didn't like
React. I mean, she always does.
What's Nurbed's
To be
backstory?
fair, I was thinking to myself, "Oh yeah, Nurbed's here," but was I gonna comment on it?
Maybe.
No,
Not this time.
Not this
because I
time.
know. Like, listen, the key to a good bit is moderation.
That's true.
When have you ever practiced bit
Look.
moderation? Lindsay?
Look,
A
Bit moderation.
is like you
I barely know.
The perfect time is when you've almost forgotten about it,
Yes.
and then it's a
Just like
callback.
No, exactly.
So
Good.
That's a good bit.
Trask, do you have a quick conversation with Nurbed?
Yeah, sure.
I think y'all are assembling for this meeting,
Yeah.
and
Just sitting there.
yeah. Do you initiate the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Walk up to him and say, "So what's your story, cowboy?"
Well, really, I was happy with my speeder stand. I settled down after a bit of, let's call it work for hire I'd done previously.
Wait, I forgot that Nurbed has like a very bloody past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like extreme. Like
He
maybe
just has,
more
like,
than
he
any
just
of us.
Casually has like a saber weapon.
Yeah.
They just pulled it.
Yeah. Well,
You need a spare.
I'm no moisture farmer, as you might see. I lived a sordid life.
It's because he's dry.
No, it's because it's Tatooine.
Oh, so everyone on Tatooine is a moisture farmer? Way
Well,
to go ahead and make assumptions, Chase.
From
You know what?
a lot of people I've seen in Tatooine.
Seen in Tatooine.
Tattoo scene.
Whoa.
Boo.
So basically, you can tell that he's lived a sort of like maybe not painful but violent life as work for hires mercenary, and he was truly happy just to settle down and out of maybe the public eye, out of just the zeitgeist of the galaxy. He was glad to have a simple life, and it being taken from him really, I wouldn't say he's vengeful. I'd say he's more apathetic. He's just like, might as well.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I literally have nothing now, so I might as well.
Wait, where did we pick him up again?
At the
When the
spaceport.
Imperials blew up his business.
Yeah.
When was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, since the second episode.
And forgot Nurbed existed.
I really want y'all to love
That
him.
wasn't the bit.
I like him.
He's my little.
don't
I like his hat.
dislike him.
He's got his
I-
sweet hat
when
and
I
his arm
remember
thing.
he's
Real
there,
cool.
That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
he's great.
Hmm.
True.
In my head, I picture his hat
I
as, like,
concur.
this
Yeah.
He has
like
the
here.
widest brimmed sun
Yeah.
hat in existence.
It's
like,
a
pull
big
it.
old.
He
10,000.
can throw it like a frisbee.
He has to, like,
He gives the fattest miladies.
His miladies take a solid 30 seconds.
Are you saying malady? So the admiral has
Malarkey.
called the five of y'all. Sorry to like cut your scene off. Did you want to ask
Okay.
anything else?
I was just gonna say, well, you might have been reluctantly pulled back into the game, but I'm glad you're playing with us.
You know, I'm glad to be here. It's fun to run with the crew again.
I haven't forgotten that promise to give me one of those wrist things. I really want one of those.
You'll get one in time, I'm sure.
You
I'm
gave
sure.
her a staff saber thing.
Gave?
Oh, she
I
did buy it from
paid
me.
handsomely for
Goods
it.
and services in exchange for credits.
By the way, we need to evaluate what our shares of the amount
I
is.
don't know
We
what
have a
you're
very finite.
I think she's just more like the banker.
Yeah.
You just pass them out.
Anne knows how to
am
handle
daddy,
credits.
and I
The daddy
deal them
warbucks.
out as I see fit.
Yeah. Sort of a communal
Also, I
situation.
promised some vendors a bunch of credits for a lot of grenades that I have now, so you might have to go pay them later. I gave them your name.
You girls are so expensive.
No.
Oh, I
Shout
hated
out
that.
to our father.
So the admiral begins his debrief. I forgot his voice. Is it more like this?
I think
Is
It's
it
like
Doug
Nurbed
Dimmadome?
No, but he should be.
Oh, no.
Doug Dimmadome.
Oh, no, the Dimmadome.
Well, I'm glad to have assembled you all here today. I've got a bit of a mission for you folks to run for me. If it's not like that now, it is gonna be.
Savannah.
I'm gonna look at Trask and
I'm
be like,
I'm thinking of my own like grandpa and great uncle like right now. He says, "Boy."
He code switched when when these two walked in.
He either trusts us and only us.
We saw Jar Jar and got flustered.
Yeah.
Okay. So he begins his briefing.
Hello.
So he says, right now above the orbit of Tatooine is an Imperial Star Destroyer. And that Star Destroyer goes by the name... Whatever this generator just said, the Nemesis. It's so cringy.
I don't know.
Right.
If I were Chase, I would have named my own
Yeah,
Star
a little bit.
Destroyer.
It's campy. That's Star Wars.
That's Star
That's
Wars.
pretty campy.
Now that's Star Wars. Baby.
Now that's Star Wars, baby. That's some Paul the Priest. Above the orbit right now is the Imperial Star Destroyer Nemesis. It appears to be in orbit by itself, and we have on good information that it contains a data chip hosting information as to what these satellites we've discovered here in orbit might be. It is up to your team to get aboard the Star Destroyer.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Thank you for interrupting me.
Continue.
Jar Jar Bonks.
Jar Box saying this.
Yes. Watched a lot of Space James Bond.
That's Mission Impossible.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sorry.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
No.
Sorry, I don't love like
My mother.
hyper masculine spy movies.
My mother loves hypermasculine spy movies.
You see, the new one was pushed back 5 months. The new James Bond was pushed back 5 months over coronavirus fears.
Good lord.
Yeah.
We truly can't have anything anymore.
Your mission.
So was the Baby Yoda.
Yes, Baby
toy.
Yoda
Okay,
toys are also
okay.
being delayed.
Yeah.
My mother is
You will-
upset about it, and so am I.
We're asking you to retrieve a data chip from systems control directly above the detention block of this Star Destroyer. Our plan, as we have it so far, it is subject to change. Nobed will go by an alias, or he's got some sort of moniker he's wanting to use. He has a way into the Star Destroyer. The four of you will pose as prisoners and will be accompanied to the detention center, where you will surely be stripped of weapons that you cannot conceal. It is up to you to climb the ventilation shaft. This is the second shaft of this series. To
Man,
systems
usually-
control 2 floors above, recover the data chip, and make your way back to the hangar bay and successfully be exfiltrated, where we will hopefully learn little bit more about these satellites. Are there any concerns with this plan?
What, pray tell, is Nurbed's alias?
Bernard.
He will pose as a bounty hunter who've recovered you all because if you haven't checked the holonet recently, there's a rather large sum riding on the four of y'all's heads following your little escapade on the train.
Interesting.
Security cameras. I mean,
Sounds like plot armor.
you're gonna assume there's not security cameras on a train?
We utterly destroyed that.
We really destroyed it.
I mean, you still made it into the station. You didn't train to Busan this train.
No, we Snowpiercered it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I've never
One-
seen Snowpiercer. What happens to the train? Anyway,
When he asks
Okay,
For
well,
concerns.
I Jar Jar Bonks is gonna ask, how do you propose to get us on this Star Destroyer?
Nurbed has assured me that he can claim the bounty on your heads and will be able to board the star craft without any sort of resistance.
Interesting.
I raise a finger and I say, how about the part where we have to do this without any weapons?
We believe that you will not have any sort of holdout weapons taken from you in a pat down. In addition, if you make some sort of sleight of hand roll, the gods that be might allow you to sneak a weapon.
Wow,
See,
a sleight
I'm
of hand
imagining
roll.
this as that one scene from Now You See Me,
Yeah.
where they're passing the card around
Yeah,
in like
around the room, just
an
kicking it,
excessive.
like, yeeting
It's
it.
like they're literally passing it after they have been frisked to the next person, who is then going to have to conceal it while they're being pat down.
So-
Anyway,
I hate
I'm
that scene.
gonna make a note. If you guys check your inventory right now, any sort of weapon that has the adjective hidden or the trait hidden will make it through a security check.
Couldn't be me.
Oh boy, let me see.
Yeah, your
I
lightsaber.
carry big old spears.
How about my ion
Yeah.
rifle?
Does it have the adjective hidden?
How do I tell?
Look at your weapons.
I did.
Right under the name.
Oh. Yeah.
Nope.
No?
I have nothing.
Okay.
Wait, could I have a lightsaber?
Does it say
Sure,
hidden?
we could find something.
Well, I bought a saber spear. Can I retroactively make it a saber?
Sure. Does a saber have the hidden trait?
That's what I'm checking right now.
It depends how good at hiding you are.
Yes, it's hidden.
Okay.
'Cause
Excellent.
I do not trust my ability to hide things.
Okay. So with
my
your hidden weapons, we trust you to make your way either stealthily or weapons loud to the site where you will recover the data chip. In addition, if you do want to retrieve your weapons, I'm sure the lockup will not be too far away from your security. Any questions other than the concerns we've raised?
None I can think of.
Excellent. We will make our way to the hangar to depart now, and may the force be with you.
And
Right
also
now,
with
well,
you.
right now.
And with your spirit.
Do y'all have any preparations you would like to make before you leave?
I'm not. I wasn't raised.
We
Catholic.
can stop by the store real quick, thrift store down the road.
Oh my God,
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't have a holdout.
Alexa,
'cause
play
I gave
thrift
it-
shop.
I
but
put it
not
in that
Como.
guy's belt buckle. Who then
Oh, you
ran
did?
Out of the cantina.
So if you want to pick up a holdout, you're more than welcome
Yeah,
to.
I think I'm going to.
Okay.
Unless.
Unless.
Lindsay Horn,
I'm
do you have a
looking at
holdout?
something.
Wait, what does a holdout mean?
So all of your weapons, the Viper Dagger, it doesn't have the thing hidden. I might let you make a sleight of hand roll
Okay.
to hide it. I would argue that is probably small enough to hide.
I think you can like tuck knives in somewhere.
It's a dagger.
That's what they're
Dagger.
made for.
Now a
It's
dagger on
meant to be like-
Nurbed, not on Nurbed, on Doobie. A dagger on Doobie is like a
It's a
short
sword.
sword.
That's a
It's
sword.
like,
That's
it's like
literally
Sting.
just Sting. It's a letter opener.
Yeah.
On anyone else.
This is a elven letter opener. It glows in the dark. Super cool.
This is an elven letter opener. They always wanted to know if there were orcs or goblins around.
It's useful. What if you're working at your USPS and a goblin sneaks up on you? You would know. So Trask has purchased a holdout.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you're adding it to the inventory.
Sure.
Anything else y'all would like to pick up before you head out?
I can't think of anything.
Excellent.
Can I buy a knife that I can hide?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'd like
I'll
to sort of remind y'all of the job you're doing. You will be required to find a way to climb 2 stories in a vent.
Rope.
I
Is
think
there rope?
Oh,
an adventurer's kit or something like that.
I have a slicer's kit.
That's like for hacking.
Yeah, I know.
have a
Is there somewhere I could buy like cooking grease?
Oh, lube?
A lubricant of sorts, yes.
Yeah. Here's some goose oil. Take it and run.
Get away from me. Take it and get out of my sight.
I think I mentioned it before, but the backstory I wrote for Nurbed is former merchant, retired merc, brought back in by plot.
Incredible.
So, I think y'all have gathered your gear, and you make your way to a small ship that Nurbed will be commandeering for this mission. On the way, Nurbed he taps Doobie on the top of his head, I guess, not shoulder, and he says,
Hey, I'm walking here.
"Here, little guy, I saw what you did to that officer," and he hands you his holdout. So you have a holdout blaster now that you can add to your inventory.
Oh, heck yes. And Dewey said, thank you, sir. I hate this.
Never speak to me again.
Wait, how do I add that?
No need to speak.
Go to
no.
don't speak.
Your
No
silence is
more
Go
It's
to
just a
the little
blaster?
notepad thing. No, the little notepad thing next to weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's not it.
I know how to add equipment.
Yeah,
Is it
just like that.
straight up a blaster? Because I have a blaster.
It's called
pistol.
holdout.
Hold
like-
out.
It. Yeah.
Oh,
The
I
point
see.
of it is it's hideable.
Cool.
Hideable.
I love. Dewey has another gun.
Oh God.
It is a gun,
Who
right?
keeps,
Yes.
who
Heck
keeps
yeah.
letting this happen?
Why
Okay.
would you give the boy a gun?
So
Dewey's like.
you all take off.
Nanu's going to, before we like
Okay.
embark,
Okay.
Nanu is going to turn to Doobie and be like, "Yo, remember how you murdered that man in cold blood?"
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Be.
I hate this.
The naming thing's not gonna stick around.
I hate
I
this.
won't allow it.
Remember the rules of the bit?
I don't.
The
care.
rule of 3 went out the window long ago.
I am not a comedian.
It's
and
the
I
rule
do
of
not
D20.
pretend to be.
Yeah, the rule of
Anyway,
D20.
yeah,
She rolled a
remember how you
crit
murdered
one.
that man in cold blood who
Yes.
turned out that he probably wasn't going to kill us immediately?
Yes, I remember. Don't.
You should
remind me.
learn from that and maybe, like, don't not attack anyone, but, like, maybe give it a minute.
See if they shoot first. Rules of engagement.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important to me that you understand.
It is vital.
We cannot proceed.
Just because you can shoot first
Does
doesn't
not
mean you
mean-
should. You can like move your head like in a way that looks freakish and then pull your gun out because the director of the movie wants to retroactively make it look like you're not a bad person. That's a sweet Who Shot First reference.
Well, wait. Who's on second?
on first.
You didn't just make this joke, a 70-year-old joke on my radio show. You
Who's
made
on
a-
first?
who's
What's on
fir-
second?
I'm so mad at you right now. I don't know who's on third. Let's keep the bit going.
Dad still says Han shot first.
He did.
He
and
did.
Did shoot first.
Chase is gonna shoot first when we make.
Man, Lindsay's
more
not
Who
coming
Shot
back.
First.
Jar Jar Boggs just died suddenly.
Oh, sorry. What's the shortstop?
What is the shortstop? We're not talking about Abbott and Costello for another minute. We're done.
Have you never seen this?
Oh, it's
Oh
classic.
my God, Jacob.
I will send
We'll
it to
watch
you
it later.
Okay.
We'll watch it together.
Yes.
after the show.
So you make your way
Tune
out of
into our
atmosphere.
Patreon for D90.5 bonus hours in which Jacob watches Abbott and Costello. We don't have a Patreon. We can't get paid for this legally. Anyway.
You make your way out of atmosphere, and
We have an OnlyFans.
Jar Jar Binks has an OnlyFans.
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
You approach.
No, you didn't.
We approach. What do we approach, Chase?
Right now,
The
you are
Nemesis.
on approach to the Nemesis, and you notice a hangar bay open on the side as Nurbed comes over the comms and speaks to an Imperial officer, and he says, "Hi, I've got your bounty.
Hi.
What are
Bounty
you
on me.
What are you doing?"
Nice.
No, you hang up. He says, I've got your 4 bounties right here. I'll be here to collect my payment on receiving. I dropped my dice.
Your what?
Man, Nurbed, are you
like
carrying a
dice.
I
dice?
say, what is Nurbed doing while we're in prison?
What?
That's a
What's he
good
gonna do?
Do we have any lockpicks?
I'll keep.
Adventurer's pack.
Yeah, the adventurous pack, I guess. I'll keep the ship running for y'all. Hopefully, it won't
Also,
take
I
too
have
long.
the ultimate lockpick, and I'm just gonna like flash the saber.
Oh, right.
Cool. Where'd you get that?
I'm not gonna like extend, just like the hilt.
Yeah.
I say I take my computer spike that I bought.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
I put it in my tracksuit.
Okay.
Do you say your tracksuit? Are you wearing like a velour?
I'm wearing
Trask is wearing a juicy
It's okay.
couture.
Do not
No,
disrespect
very,
my
like-
culture. It is the Trandoshan
No, it's
Oh
very.
my
It's like the
God.
Russian, like
Yeah.
the Slav squat.
Slav squat, but a lizard.
Wait, would you call it? Hang on, I need everyone to be completely silent, please. Thank you. Would you call it a Trask suit?
I want to go.
That
I
one goes
want
out
to
to my
go
best friend,
home
Lily.
now.
That was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Trask suit.
So you land. You land in the hangar bay, and Nurbed puts you all in cuffs.
I missed
Which is
those.
not new to Jar Jar Boss.
Oh my god. This is very new to Doobie.
So
Not a criminal.
your hands are all restrained, and Nurbed leads you out of the ship, and an officer meets you on the deck.
Tag yourself.
And he says, he asks, thank you for bringing these 4 to us. They've been quite a bit of an issue. If I may ask, who am I transferring these credits to? And Nurbed takes a moment, and he pauses, and he opens his mouth, and he says, tell him to send it to Cad Bane. And I knew Jake would be
No
excited
way.
for that.
Yo.
And he said, and the officer says, well, thank you, Mr. Bane. The voice changed. Thank you, Mr. Bane. We'll gladly transfer those credits your way, and why don't you take a moment to return to your ship? We'll take these 4 from here. And he says, gladly.
Trask is like starstruck now.
Who is Cad Bane? What am I missing?
Cad
my
Bane
God.
is
I'm,
a
like,
very
fangirling
famous,
in shame.
very famous bounty hunter from
Okay.
the Star Wars universe.
You're Cad
This
Bane?
man.
Oh my god.
This whole time?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
it's
thought.
the hat. It's
Yeah, the
everything,
hat.
guys. Like, put it together.
Crazy.
Oh, you're right.
So
I've never seen this man
No
before.
query.
Sorry
was
to
too
this
dangerous
man.
for
Sorry
Bane
to this man.
If the price was right.
if the price was right. That's why I tried that voice so hard.
I was
So-
wondering.
Yeah.
Like, the voice is very
Seer.
similar.
Yeah. So the 4 of you are escorted, and I've got a sweet JPEG, a glossy JPEG, that I'm going to try and I guess make full screen to show y'all. But it's basically, for the listeners at home, a profile view of a Star Destroyer that has a map.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Did you
Look at this
add
one.
X-Wing sounds to the last episode?
I did not.
So we should be furnishing
You mean
our
you
own.
mean TIE fighter
Or,
sounds,
you know,
yeah.
you know what I meant.
So this is sort of the layout. It's not very large. How do I full screen? I don't know.
New tab.
Thrilling
Oh,
radio
it's
content.
a Reddit. It's a Reddit link.
Oh.
But basically the hangars are right here, sort of mid to front of the ship. And there's a main corridor that runs all the way back and like on other floors as well to the detention center right here at the back of the ship, and 2 floors above is the beginning of systems control, right behind the command section.
And we're
Poor
going to need to
choice
get back
of
to the hangar
location.
bay to
Right.
escape.
Right.
Sick.
So
The hangar.
you make your way back to the detention center, and does anyone have any items on them that do not have the hidden tag?
I do.
My vibro spear.
I have.
Did you bring that?
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't.
My
have brought it
vibro
if I was going to
daggers.
get-
Okay. I think what we're gonna do here is you're gonna tell me what weapon it is, and I'm gonna tell you if reasonably you could have hidden it if it
Oh,
didn't have the
yeah.
hidden tag.
No, I have the lightsaber. And
Okay.
That's hidden, so never mind.
Okay.
I have my vibro dagger.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand for me.
Is that a D20?
Sleight of hand is D20 plus
Okay.
your dexterity.
Here, you can use this.
Here, I got it. Oh, whoops. Hang on. I'm using the Google roll dice.
And I have a.
Oh, please.
5 plus your dex.
Where's my dex?
Back
It is
on your
right
character
here.
sheet.
My dexterity. It is +3. That's an 8.
Okay, so on an 8, I think they're gonna... How many do you have? How many were you trying to bring? 2?
1.
1?
I think I only have 1.
Okay.
Because it just says vibro dagger.
Okay, so I think they're gonna find that and remove that from you and put it in the evidence locker
Tupperware.
adjacent to the lockup.
I had a blaster pistol. I have
Google
two,
Dice
but I'm
really
gonna try
not
to
helping
hide
me.
Okay, so you left 1 on the ship and you're gonna try to hide 1. Roll a sleight of hand roll for me. Here,
one. Thank you.
there you
Oh,
go.
I see. You have something against the dice generator.
See,
Well, I mean, it's a great roll.
22.
Okay, on a 22, you hide it successfully. So you've got 1 blaster pistol on you.
They
Didn't
find
you
the
have a
rest of
holdout?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
That one's
Just a spare.
sad.
And you were bringing the lightsaber. Doobie,
I just have my holdout.
okay, just a holdout, and you left your knives.
Yeah.
Okay, the knives are out.
Yeah, I realized as soon as I got it, it
How many
is a
Chris Evans?
sword.
How many Chris Evans movies are we gonna reference?
All of them?
Yeah.
Not enough.
We just
So
have to do
If
the
anyone
rest.
brings up
Captain
Scott Pilgrim, I'm
America.
leaving the
Yeah.
booth.
I think we could call it, if we can just reference Captain America, that's like him in every Marvel
That's all of
movie,
them.
So.
Yeah.
hey, that soldier's looking kind of wintry.
No.
See, but that's one specific
think
one.
I will.
Or like
Yeah.
3.
Hey, that
Captain-
captain's looking patriotic.
But America's not here.
So the 4 of you make your way to individual cells, and the order of these cells is going to be from left to right. Jar Jar,
All right.
Doobie,
Oh,
Trask.
Jar Jar and Doobie together.
and
What if we
Nanu.
held hands through the wall?
Y'all are in individual cells from left
Okay.
to
I
right.
also
What if
I
we
think
kissed?
you're gonna have to make some rolls to see
the
past it
cells.
because there's a blast shield, sort of giving everything a red tint. It's hard to see outside. It's kind of opaque.
I also
Can they
smuggled.
see me?
Yes,
I smuggled a small mug in to
of course.
bring across the bars. No, not really. But I do want to try to look out and see, like, if I can see over to the next cells.
Okay.
And see how, if the guards are leaving or if they're staying.
How
Okay.
are these cells? Is this like a normal jail cell where there are bars? Because Doobie could theoretically slip through the bars.
There are not bars. There's a large opening. Let's say a little bit bigger than that window. Say it goes to the ground. So we're looking at like
Oh.
a 5 by floor length window, basically that's covered in an opaque like ray shield. So like
Oh.
it's like
Is it bulletproof then?
yes.
Oh.
And it's
You're gonna say easy.
It's
Doobie
pretty-
shoots and goes.
it's pretty opaque, and you'd have to like struggle to see through it. It's like energy, not like material. Think like
Doobie's gonna say-
lightsaber wall.
Doobie's gonna be like, Jar Jar, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Quiet in there. Should have put those two at opposite ends.
Love
Make them
knows
play
no bounds.
telephone.
Hey,
Do we still have our comm links? Did they take those?
don't do
Yes, I think you still have your comm links.
Okay, cool.
man, this isn't ASMR.
Tell Jar Jar.
Okay,
But
wait.
it's just like
No,
having
I'm
a
gonna
cell phone
take
in
a
prison.
risk. Oh god.
Okay, you gonna take a risk?
Do it.
It's just one guard, right? From what I can hear.
From what you've heard, yeah, you haven't tried to look. You haven't tried to look and see if there's others out
Can
there.
I try to look and see first?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception for me.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
That
do
is
it.
a 9 or 11 with.
Okay, on an 11, you make out.
Whoa.
You make out at least 3 figures. 2 are seated at a control panel. One's at attention against a wall, and there's a large portion of the room you can't see.
Okay. That changes things.
However, you can tell on the inside of your cell that you see a small, like hatch that you assume is probably the other side of the control panel on the front of the cell, and you would assume that the other cells would have the same
Hey guys, you seeing a hatch?
Yeah, I'm seeing a hatch.
I'm seeing a hatch.
I see it.
Cool.
How do I get these dang restraints off? I'm just trying to fiddle with them.
Okay. If you let's do this. If you have a knife or some sort of tool that you could argue would cut, or if you have claws,
I do have claws.
I'll let you make a let's make another sleight of hand check to get out of your cuffs.
Oh, jam.
Do I just
18.
look up?
18.
Yeah.
Trask is out of cuffs. Did you use your claws?
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's the sound it makes.
Awesome.
So, also. Oh wait.
Question.
Yes.
Does
15.
Doobie's teeth count?
I was hoping you would say that. Yes.
Do they? Okay.
Yes.
15.
Okay.
10.
You don't have any sort of like sharp edge to speak of. I think
Nope.
you just used the force to like drop your cuffs.
Jar
Or you
Jar.
could, like,
They
lift the
didn't have.
saber.
Yeah.
Mm.
They didn't have
See,
any
I
reason.
don't want to use. I don't want to activate that though.
Yeah.
Because it's bright.
Yeah. They don't have any reason to suspect
Not
you're
yet.
force sensitive or even a Jedi
Yeah.
or anything. So
Out of curiosity, so sorry, the 3 figures I saw, 2 of
Mm-hmm.
which were faced away at a control panel.
yeah, they were
one was,
stormtroopers, and one was stood just at attention. Stormtrooper.
Okay.
When Doobie got out. He gnawed his way through his cuffs because teeth. And Jar Jar.
Jar Jar doesn't have anything, doesn't he? Because his knife got taken away. Vibro dagger. Do
Yes.
Gungans have teeth?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
look like
okay.
molars though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
thinking of Jar Jar Binks smiling is unpleasant, but I think they're like human teeth.
Yeah, like I think I saw that like in the Phantom Menace. I don't know what realistically.
Oh!
Meat's in trouble.
I'll come back for you.
Okay.
Okay. So I think you've established there's this panel in front of you that you could attempt to deactivate the field in front of you. But to do so one at a time would be interesting. Also, 90.5 is WUOG FM. You're currently listening to D90.5, our Star Wars themed Dungeons and Dragons show.
Yay. Yay.
Would there be a way to get the attention of the one guard?
That's what I
that
was gonna
wouldn't
say.
necessarily get the attention of the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
George, did everyone get free of their cuffs?
Yes, but hot.
No, that's
I'm
him
gonna go on the
farting.
comm link and be like,
I'm
yo,
like-
everybody, I'm gonna try something,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
we're gonna see how this goes.
Best of luck.
So, give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
giving her a minute.
or like, just pretty much, I'm going to collapse, and y'all should try to get that guard to come over to me and check on me, but
Help.
away from the others.
Help, help.
Okay.
So, I kind of just like death drop.
I think you get the attention of one of the guards at the control panel, and he points to the guard at attention. He says, "Go check that out." And you see him, that stormtrooper was at attention, and a second who was standing in the hidden area of the room come from around the corner and come to your cell, and they ask, "What's going on in there?"
Okay. Also, I'd like to note that I have like I'm loose from the cuffs, but
Right,
like
you're
they're
still feigning.
yes,
Sure.
I'm still in the cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this complicates things because I can only do this one at a time.
Okay.
I guess there's no reason. Like I have enough slots. There's no reason I couldn't attempt to do both.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to coerce mind.
Okay.
Where I suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, an influence with the force, a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you.
Okay.
If they can't be charmed, they're immune.
They can be.
Cool.
They are not immune to propaganda.
The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable.
Okay.
So like I can't ask them to harm themselves because that like will automatically fail.
Also, they would miss. They would miss.
God, you're a failure. You can't even shoot yourself.
The first
Whoa.
the first stormtrooper. The first
That's a
stormtrooper to hit
bothering
anything was the
bodyguard.
pilot who accidentally shot the other pilot and wasn't trying to.
That's true.
Okay.
Trying to shoot
Um,
Anyway, yeah. So target must make a wisdom saving throw. I'm just gonna like
Do it.
my hands are together and I'm just gonna be like, ooh,
You are free
I-
minds.
or but putty in my hand. No, more like I'm feeling pretty sick. You should let me out. Just like you should let me out. Just so I can like go to the bathroom, and you don't want to bother your buddies over there, so you should just like
okay.
do it.
Do
it. Do it.
Do it.
So I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw, and
And you need to beat.
okay.
That is universal. So.
A 26.
I might have leveled y'all up too quickly.
Plus my. Okay, you need to beat a 14.
Okay,
Wait, well, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
that's a 2.
Good.
That's an 8.
Yes.
But putty in my hand.
So
No
Yeah.
thoughts, head empty.
they're both gonna say, "All right, understandable. Put your hands up against the back of the wall, and you can. I'm sure they won't notice if you do that. But basically, stand up against that wall while we open the door. So one of them hits the button, and then the other one walks in to the cell with you to retrieve you.
Okay.
While that's been happening, I have been
Yeah.
fiddling with my panel.
Yeah.
Try and get it.
So I think you're gonna make one of 2 rolls to get this panel open.
Okay.
And I think one of 2 rolls to do anything else with the panel after you get it open.
Okay.
And I'll let you do these back to back if you want to.
Sure.
So you're gonna make either a technology roll or a strength roll, a straight strength roll to just brute force your way in.
Technology.
Technology is an intelligence modifier.
Yes, it is. Okay, I will be making a technology roll.
Excellent. So here's your d20.
Okay.
So this is to open the panel.
5 plus 2 is 7.
Okay, on a 7, I don't think you get it open.
Just punch it.
Yeah, you just try to like splice your way in with your technology powers, and you do not. I don't think that's low enough for something critically bad to happen. You just don't get it open.
That's fine.
How about y'all? Do y'all want to be doing something?
Can I like I'm just trying to figure out a way that maybe I could get out of my cuffs because I can't chew on them.
I think I would let you do what you wanted, but with disadvantage. I would make you roll twice and take the lower of 2 rolls.
Okay, cool. Well, I will try and chew my way out.
Well,
Oh,
no, not like that.
Oh.
I mean, like outside of the cuffs. If
Outside
you
of the
wanted to do
cuffs.
stuff with the panel.
yeah.
If you wanted to
So I
punch
have
something.
I have my analyze power.
Okay.
I can choose an object that I must touch throughout the casting, and I learned its properties and how to use them.
Okay.
I also learned whether any powers are affecting the item and what they are. So I can maybe cast that
On the panel?
on the panel, yeah.
Okay, so you cast that in the panel and you learn it basically works on a simple on-off switch.
I have my at-will on-off power.
Thank you!
I was wondering.
Oh!
Thank you!
Chase, how angry are you? Okay,
I've been sitting here shaking. Like, one of you does this with your technology.
yes.
Okay, do you have to roll anything?
No,
Are
it's
you
my-
trying to turn off the door right now?
I'm trying to turn it all off.
What is the range?
The range is 60 feet.
She has the range.
Theoretically,
I've got range, baby.
does it specify if you have to see it?
This power allows you to activate or deactivate any electronic device within range as long as the device is not being wielded by a creature and has a clearly defined on or off function that can easily be accessed from the outside of the device. Any device that requires a software-based shutdown sequence to activate or deactivate cannot be affected by on-off.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to describe this next scene in some detail. Here we go.
Yes. I clap my hands. It's on a clap.
You clap your hands twice in your cuffs, and 3 of the doors open, and one of them shuts. Nanu is trapped in her cell with the trooper that
Thanks.
entered the cell. No, he's in there with you.
I have no control
Fair.
over this.
I got you
no
for 3
control.
minutes. And then the cells to
I can
Doobie,
land a hit.
the cells to Doobie, Trask, and Jar Jar Bonxes have opened. The trooper who opened Nanu's cell is startled, but outside he's not done anything. And the 2 troopers at the control panel have stood up, and they have not yet made it to their blasters. I think you might get a ranged attack of opportunity if you can attack the people at the control panels. I'm not sure in my mind's eye that you would be able to reach the guy at Nanu's control panel, and Nanu is just you and this man in the cage.
Where's my phone book?
Okay.
Let's
Because I have a gun.
let's take an attack of
Yeah.
opportunity. The 3 of
I
y'all.
cannot
see the
take an
door
attack
open,
of
I'm gonna say, sweet,
opportunity.
pull out
I am
my
cuffed and
guns.
I have no weapons.
Okay.
Can I just say that the second that shut, like, I was reaching for the lightsaber.
Yes. We're gonna address what you do.
Oh yeah, no, I was
after
just like
once we get
establishing.
okay, perfect. Once we get into initiative, we'll go into what happens in the cell. But because the 3 of y'all, I think, will attack on opportunity.
I rolled an 18. Or actually,
To what? Like we just got here.
for my opportunity attack.
It's like 18.
You're just like 18.
18.
So that's 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
I'm gonna target one of the bimbos who's not. Who doesn't
Can
have
we
a
say
gun.
that?
Yeah, we can say that.
We're technically allowed.
Yeah.
One of the himbos.
Okay, we can say himbo because that's objectively funny every time.
Who
I'll make an
hasn't quite gotten to
exception.
his blaster.
Okay.
And that is a D4.
Gotta blast them.
Got a blast.
Okay, so that is 3
I'm just imagining
plus
Doobie
2,
as
so that's
Frank
5
Reynolds.
points of damage.
Frank Reynolds. So anyway, just started blasting.
started blasting.
I just started blasting. Yeah, so that's a D4 plus 2. I rolled a
Which one are you?
3.
Himbo?
Sorry, I dropped my magnum sheath for my monster sword.
Oh
The
my
show,
God.
the purpose of
Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah, so 5 damage.
so you blast.
Do I have advantage because it was an opportunity attack?
No, it's just an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I don't think you're under any situation that would let you like take that 2 of the better roll or one of the 2 better rolls.
Okay.
So I think it's just straight up. Door comes down. You go. Pow!
I did not listen to what I was told about waiting to
All right.
shoot first.
Shooting.
Yeah, you immediately just threw that out
I
the
was
window.
like glad to see.
So that
That
was
our heart to heart had an effect on
5
you.
points of damage.
Yes.
Okay, so
Sorry,
you
Nana.
catch one of the stormtroopers who is standing up from his chair at the control panel right in
Me,
the chest,
himbo.
and you knock him right over. He trips over the chair. Was that an Ewok sound?
No,
All right.
that's a shout out to my best friend.
We
Lily.
go next to
Thank you.
Trask.
That's me. I'm gonna step out into the corridor.
Excellent.
Look down. There should only be 2 more stormtroopers, right?
There's
count.
the one who sprawled, and then the one who stood up. And because you stepped out into the corridor, you can see the one at Nanu's control panel.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait, so
So
did
then-
I straight up kill that man?
No.
Is he out? Okay.
No. You knocked him over.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna
Doobie.
assume. Can I see both the ones that are at the control panel?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot at both of them,
Okay.
and I do have advantage because scouts get advantage against people who haven't acted in combat yet.
These
So,
are Corey.
oh, and I'm gonna name. I'm naming the one who didn't get knocked down by Corey.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
We
17
did
to
it,
hit
gang!
hits.
We did it!
It hits. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. Blaster pistol, so it's gonna be 4 plus. I think it's D4 for the.
So this was the one who was standing up still.
Yes.
Okay.
So 5, 8,
that-
8 points of damage to
Okay.
that guy, and then the second one, the one on the ground. That's gonna be a 20, but let's see. 21.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that hits.
And he's gonna take 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay.
Burnt.
And that leaves Jar Jar Bonks. What do you do?
Jar Jar Bonks is in cuffs and has no weapon.
Sounds like you can still do a nasty hit.
Like physically?
Yes.
Like run at them?
Yeah.
Okay,
you can
so
do
Jar Jar is so big, and now
yeah,
he
he's a
has
big
punch.
boy, and he's got like a
two
okay.
giant metal.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
I will
see.
make
How
you roll with disadvantage.
yeah,
to
I'm
hit.
aware. How quick am I? How fast it?
I think you
You're a
you make it. You
Gungan.
make it.
I'm a Gungan.
I'm a Gungan.
I'm a Gungan. Okay,
you
so
can do the Jar Jar Binks method of
Do
like
the Jar Jar. Do the Jar Jar.
stumbling
Just
into
throwing
success.
your limbs all
yeah. All right.
So you're gonna go after. I'm gonna make you go after the one that is still standing, not the
Okay.
one who's fell because it's.
So I roll a d20 twice.
Yes.
All right, let's roll it. Oh, whoops. This Google Dice roll is so weird. We're gonna roll it once.
It's got
That's
an animation which is
18,
unnecessary.
And we're
Um,
gonna roll it again, which is a 15.
Do you have a? Is there a modifier to unarmed strikes?
Yeah, 3 kinetic.
No, +4.
Plus 4.
So a 22, and then what was the other one? 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 19 is your lowest. 19 is your lowest roll, and it definitely
Oh,
hits.
that's actually really good.
Jar Jar's
Yeah.
just bludgeoning this guy.
For how many points of damage?
That is for 3.
3 kinetic. Okay, so that's just a flat 3.
Jar Jar
Awesome.
spent time in the fighting pits of Gunga.
Gunga.
Of Gunga.
Gung gung.
Gunga.
So
Jar Jar was in the fight club in Naboo.
it's time to
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Ooh, that's a
Come
12,
on.
baby.
9.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay.
Ooh, moi
I
moi.
got- Wait, what was that?
I think it was a 15. 16.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna give you 16.
Well, I had 20.
Oh, you had a 20?
Yeah, I have a +5.
Wow. What did everyone else have?
I had a 9.
9.
I'm at the bottom.
Doobie had a 10.
Jar Jar's
No, I got a 12.
Yeah.
Nanu
No.
had a 10. Oh my gosh.
Jar Jar is fine wherever you put him.
Whatever.
I love how whenever we roll for initiative, everybody just shouts their initiative at me at once,
Yes.
and because that makes
Chase,
sense.
take all 4
10,
numbers. All
10, 10. It's
All right.
just like- it's
Say
back when
10.
we yelled the-
Say 8. Thanks. Say 8. Say 8. Sweet Brian Regan reference. So because the troopers, there's 4 of them, I just rolled 1 initiative roll, and they have 15, so they'll go second in the order. That takes us to Trask.
Sweet.
Are you gonna
You can
do the
borrow
same
that
thing?
again. Yeah, they still haven't acted, so
Nope.
I get advantage again. I'm gonna shoot. They're not dead, right?
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna shoot until they're dead.
Shoot 'em
This
dead.
one's with the blaster. And it's on the one who's still standing, so that's gonna be like 23.
Okay, that hits.
Yeah. So he takes.
These are simple Navy troopers. Be nice.
He take. Oh my goodness, 13 points. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
max. Yeah, that's
He is beyond dead.
And you
Right
didn't
to
even
the-
mark him
right
as
to
your
the
quarry.
dome ski.
Right to the right. A
And-
real bean.
Whoa, hey. I'm just kidding. And
Really
second one,
really beaned him.
22.
22. Oh, it's a
yeah,
hit. Okay.
22 damage.
And 4 points of damage to the gentleman on.
So yeah, you killed both of those stormtroopers. And I think that's gonna take us to the 2 troopers remaining. We're gonna go to the one in the cell first because that makes good
That's
storytelling.
radio, baby.
That's good radio, baby. He is going to turn to you, and because you are within range, like you're not too close, he's gonna make a multi-attack with his blaster carbine. So his first attack. Can I get the D20 back?
I think I did.
Oh, you did. I'm dumb. So that first attack is a 10.
Okay.
Is that-
To hit?
Yeah.
That does not hit me.
Okay. And a nat 20.
Yeah, that is.
Oof. Oof a doof. So we're gonna roll double damage on that hit.
Owie.
That's
Like I said, I
You
do
got
have
this.
my force field for protection that just
Oh, that's good.
automatically casts every time I use a universal power level 1 or higher, which I definitely did. to
You
kill
did.
those
That's pretty
Mats.
nice.
on a nat 20. Yeah, no, it still counts. Okay, fine. He rolls. Oh, that is max damage. 14 to hit damage. What is
damage or
14
to hit?
damage? 14 damage.
Okay,
You should
so-
have more than that.
I do.
Okay.
No. Okay. One sec. I didn't add my force field.
What is the force field ability? Like, what does that do?
So when you cast a universal power of first level or higher, you can simultaneously manipulate the force to create a barrier on yourself that lasts until you finish a long rest. The barrier has hit points equal to twice your consular level, plus wisdom or charisma. Choose. Your barrier can never have hit points greater than this. So whenever you take damage, the barrier takes it instead. If it's reduced to 0, you take the remaining damage.
That's
Okay.
useful.
That's basically
That's
like
pretty good.
that's real good.
Oh, and
That's like
while
when
it
you were
has
like
0,
playing
it can absorb
fantasy.
damage, but its power remains. And whenever I cast a universal power of first level or higher, the barrier regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of that power.
That's actually really
That's
good.
really cool.
So yeah,
So
nice.
it's nice.
so how many
Way
hit
of
points does the
balance.
barrier have right now?
So the barrier has I
At
like
least
pulled it up.
8, right?
Yes,
It has 8.
because I'm plus wisdom or charisma. And my modifier for that is
I'm just gonna start
yeah, no,
making.
that's 8.
I'm gonna make these encounters harder for you then. So
Okay.
so that will deplete your force shield and give you an additional 6 points of damage
Okay.
because it was a 14
Yeah, I can
damage.
take
Shouldn't it be a 10?
What?
If your wisdom mod is 4, so you should have 12. Right?
Oh, is my consular? I thought consular.
It said level plus.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's 12. So
Oh shoot. So yeah, that's 2 points of damage. Walk it off, bud.
cool.
Good lord.
That takes us to
Jacob can math.
Doobie.
Nim.
Doobie's gonna take his hold out and he's
I
gonna
don't think
shoot
I added
again.
HP.
All right, who are you gonna shoot at?
Because this should be higher.
Who's the one that's
Yes.
already dead? I'm not gonna shoot at him. I'm just trying
Stop!
to figure out.
Stop! He's already dead.
No, I'm just trying to figure out who's left. I guess would have
There's
been.
one-
The
there's
two
one
at the
of them.
console are currently dead. Currently.
They might not be later. We'll check back in.
We'll check back in to
Necromancy.
see if.
So is
Star
it
Wars,
just the
question
one
mark?
near Nanu's thing?
Yeah, it's the one at the control panel.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him or try to.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, that's going to be a 6.
Okay, flat 6.
No, it's a 2 plus 4.
So
Oh no.
what's your
So that's gonna miss.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, we're gonna go
Wait,
to.
if my first attack fails, can I take the bonus action
yeah,
anyway?
So just roll.
Yeah. What's the
Looks
bonus
like you did
action?
it,
How
like,
far
once.
am I?
60 feet.
Do it like 2 more times.
You're on the other end of.
Okay, then never mind. Because
Okay.
it would just be an unarmed strike, so
good.
I'd have to run and then
Yeah.
punch
You can
him,
re-roll
which
one.
isn't gonna happen.
You're not gonna make it one turn.
Yeah.
So Nanu, it is your turn, and I'm excited to see this cage match.
Oh god. Okay.
Literally.
Enter, one leaves.
I'm gonna be like, you really shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Why would you do this?
I can't believe.
Can't
Can't believe you've done this.
So this doesn't mean anything mechanics wise, but I saw this really cool post on how lightsaber combat works in this universe against like weak people who won't be able to take more than one like hit from a lightsaber theoretically. Hit points now basically turn into luck points in combat. So you chip away at someone's ability to not get hit by a lightsaber or to dodge. You're basically throwing them off their balance until they hit 0.
Now we've
at
thrown
which
him off
point-
his rhythm.
At which point you hit them.
Throw him.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna
lightsabers.
drop him out of this holding
A
cell.
lightsaber is pretty lethal.
Yeah, it's incredibly lethal.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So just so you have that picture in your mind's
Be
eye.
like, they're not even gonna have to wipe your blood off the floor because
my
the wound will
God.
be instantly cauterized.
Ooh. Well,
Dang. Doobie,
but
Doobie
think about A
isn't
New
there,
Hope.
but he likes
Ben
it.
Kenobi chops that guy's arm off, and it's bloody.
That guy's
George
blood-
Lucas knows not the science behind the weapons that he's
Look,
created.
he was just a
Guy's
cool
blood
space
just
fanboy.
Has like an insanely high. I don't know.
George Lucas
Yeah.
is not the
Was that-
final say.
Was
in
that
this
the
universe.
was that the only guy a lightsaber was used against in that movie? Other than Darth Vader like ghosting through Ben
Yeah.
Kenobi.
That was just Kenobi being like, nah.
Ben Kenobi never fought a stormtrooper.
Huh, yeah, no. Well, because they were too weak-willed. He was like, I don't even have to fight you.
Yeah, a stormtrooper. No, like a
Leave.
lightsaber made 2 appearances in that movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one
3,
was Luke,
4.
like looking down the back.
Yeah.
You know?
Looking down the barrel, training.
Highly.
Looking down the barrel, training.
Oh, what's
cutting off the guy's arm.
That's like that classic,
and then-
like, if you shake salt in your mouth.
Oh.
If you pretend to shake
That's a
salt
Darwin
in your
award.
mouth, you'll taste it.
Nanu. No.
No, it can confirm it doesn't work.
Nanu. What's up?
I'm sorry.
Can you taste the soy
I,
sauce?
I am going to say that. As I not the salt thing, but the cauterized wound.
Okay.
And I'm going to just roll to hit.
Oh, do a nasty hit.
That's a 2.
Wow.
So yeah.
Plus?
The luck of the still girls.
Yeah, I mean plus like
16.
that's like plus proficiency, right?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Well, proficiency and whatever dex strength.
Okay,
I don't know if it's gonna make a difference.
that's 6.
Yeah, so I think with that,
He laughs at
you
me.
press the wrong button on your lightsaber and it doesn't ignite.
Working out the kinks. Working out the kinks.
Look, she
Look,
just
it's
got
new.
the thing.
You
Yeah.
swing it and you're like, whoa, wait.
Oh, it wasn't ignited.
Cool.
Is this thing
You
on?
are looking.
What's wrong?
She's like shaking it at her face.
At this
She's
point,
like, hey.
at this point, you're not sure Nurbed didn't hand you a lead pipe.
Oh.
Jar Jar,
I
it's
knew
your
I
turn.
didn't trust him.
Okay, so Jar Jar can only do the. Oh my god! I just exited out of my character by accident.
Yeah. He's Cad Bane, dude.
I didn't know.
Okay, so Jar Jar can only do the like run and bludgeon him.
Yes.
With his
The good old run and punch.
yeah, the good old run up on him and punch him.
Also, I know I joked about it last time, but I do think I'm going to edit something out of this episode that we're not going to repeat, so I don't have to edit twice. Continue.
Interesting. I think I know what it is. Anyway,
That secret dies here.
yeah, it's okay. So Jar Jar is going to do the good old run up and punch.
The good old run,
Good old run and
and
punch.
punch.
Russian punch.
Yeah. So now Google Dice,
Punch and
please.
punch.
Google Dice, please help me. That's a 15.
Plus?
And that's
Plus 3, was it?
I think it's +3. Oh no, I pressed
Wrong-
all the
yeah.
wrong buttons. Man, I should be on the Mask Singer.
You're really clearing up, like singing when you have an
Yeah,
issue.
I know.
Google Dice.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just press this button very, very quickly. I had unsaved changes. Anyway,
The sniper rifle.
yeah, it's okay. I can re-add the sniper rifle back in quite quickly. Anyway, so I had a 15, and that is +4, so that's
+4
a
to do a nasty hit.
19, and that's 3.
That's going to hit. And you're
That's a
hitting
3.
the control panel guy?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm hitting the one left. Isn't there one left standing?
There's 2. There's
Okay.
the one in the cage.
And there's the one out. Okay,
yeah.
so I'm hitting the one out of the cage.
Okay, and that's how much damage?
That is 3.
3?
Circle around.
Okay.
The other one is gonna come out of his cage, and
And
he'll
he's
be
doing
doing
just
just fine.
All right, that takes us back to Trask.
Oh, okay, cool.
I like to imagine that
It's
like.
blasting time.
Oh,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
I was just
It's
gonna say,
clobbering
I like to
time.
imagine that
Yeah.
Blast 'em.
somehow my fight will still have extended beyond everyone else killing everyone
They're just gonna be
else, and
watching
It's
you.
just gonna become like crowding up at the door. Like,
12?
It's like Fight Club. We're like, get him,
12
get
does
him.
not hit.
Okay. The second one
ooh,
is
get him! Ooh.
14.
Yikes!
14. Ties go
Hate
to
to
the
see
attacker,
that.
So yes.
with the
Replacing
holdout.
bets on if I can do it.
That was with the holdout?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 points of damage to the gentleman.
At the control
in
panel.
Yeah.
Excellent. That takes us,
So cordial.
I think, to the trooper in the cell. And he's going to do the same double attack with his blaster carbine.
Please don't get a nat 20 again. I
Um,
got lucky with the
that's a crit 1.
Yes.
Ugh.
He turns your lightsaber
on
on.
40. he
Then he
reaches
just
over and
stands
is like,
there,
I think it turns on
T-poses.
like
It's
this.
like, oh, yeah, you press that one.
I think he misfires so bad that he falls and shoots the control panel, and the blast door or the ray shield opens again. So
yes, the classic Star Wars door.
You know.
shoot-
tell me it doesn't work every time.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna try.
Well,
next.
Yeah.
it
You could've
doesn't
just
work. It
pressed the
doesn't work
button.
every time because sometimes it just makes sure it never opens again.
Yeah. Also, I would just like to reiterate, because I'm not sure if I ever made it clear, Jar Jar's on-off power just like switched all of the ons to offs and all the offs
Offs
to
to
on, so, which is why the door closed again.
Yes.
I really liked that
Thank you.
locking Nanu in with
Thank
his
you.
die.
It was good until he did such a bad job. So that's going to take us now to the next in initiative, which
I use
is
my turn to forcibly turn it off.
Doobie.
No, we're finishing this.
It's like when you're sitting in the car and you're like going lock, unlock, lock, unlock, lock, unlock.
It's me and my roommate turning the thermostat on and off and on and
Oh.
off and on and off.
We're back to Doobie.
Okay, so Doobie is going to.
Doobie Wonderland. Sorry.
Okay, Doobie's gonna run as much as he can in this turn while also shooting
Okay.
the one at the control panel.
You're going to shoot at the control panel?
The guy.
Oh, okay. I
Why
wish
would
you
I
had done
shoot
that.
at the control panel?
I wish you had done that to the camera.
Yeah.
I guess
do it
just
again.
roll a d20.
We love a good visual
Do I
gag.
have to run to, or do I have to roll to run and shoot, or just?
No, just roll a d20
just
to
the
hit.
D20? Okay, well
What
that
is
is
the AC of a control panel?
What
10.
10. Yeah. You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think it hits.
But did I run?
You did run. You did run, and you just missed.
Okay.
Very
So
nice.
now am I closer?
First magic.
So that in my next.
No, a 10 would hit. No, a 10 hits.
Okay.
You hit the control panel, and the
I'm
door
hitting the
closes
man.
again.
No, I.
Oh, you're hitting the man?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the 10
shot
doesn't
the
hit
guy.
then.
Oh.
I thought you meant you were shooting at the control panel.
No,
That's
I
my
was shooting the man at the control
bad.
panel.
You miss.
Okay.
In that
but
case,
hypothetically, am I close enough now that in my next turn?
yes, you could do a nasty hit.
Okay.
It is Nanu.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to block this trooper from exiting
Okay,
with my body.
that's funny. You have the force.
Right, but I'm also wielding a. Well.
Jedi have never used the force while holding a lightsaber.
Oh, look. Canonically, I still do not know the full extent of my power.
That's fair.
I still haven't managed to turn this thing on.
Yeah.
So as my bonus
I think
action,
Is
Jar
this
Jar
thing
could
on?
turn my saber on, please.
Okay, that's an acceptable bonus action.
Cool. And I'm just going to try to whack him again.
Double whack.
That's gonna be a 19. Well, plus
Nice.
that's a 21.
Okay, so that definitely does hit.
Sick.
So roll damage.
And because I'm not using the force, I'm using two hands, so it is a D8.
Okay.
6.
Okay. So on that attack, you swing and you throw him off his rhythm. He drops to the ground and
throw
rolls
him.
out of the way, and he's back up, getting up on his feet. That takes us to Trask.
Okay. That one guy is still standing, right?
Yep, control
Let's
panel man.
let's get rid.
Double hit.
Yeah, let's get him out of this. For the blaster, 17.
Hits.
Sweet. 6 points of damage.
Okay, he drops to the ground dead.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna run by and sort of look at Nanu and aim the gun.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd
But
be able
then
to
keep
attack
moving,
on this.
yeah.
turn. Keep moving.
Because I was like, oh, it looks like
She's
I
got
can
it.
see like
If
a
you would
rage
try it, I'd be
in
like, no,
on
he's
Nanu's
mine.
eye. Yeah.
Okay,
I
let
just keep
her kill
moving.
something,
Yeah,
please.
I want to go to where those two guys died and look if there's any like security alarms going off or anything.
Okay.
Thorough.
Can I make it there in time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say you make it to the panel, but it's gonna be probably after combat, so you
Okay,
can like do
yeah.
anything.
Oh, all these lights and buttons.
Takes us to the trooper in the cell, getting back up to his feet. He makes the same multi-attack with his carbine, and that's a boop, boop, boop.
Beep, boop.
9 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, second attack, nat 20.
Okay.
I cannot believe this.
That hits.
Okay.
If
And
you
that is-
really wanted to, it'll
Okay.
Okay.
there we go.
4 damage.
Okay.
Minimum
yeah,
damage.
that wasn't fun, but like, this is just fueling my rage.
Okay. Yeah.
It will make it the more satisfying when I
When
end
you
his life.
kill him. Okay, Doobie, it is your turn. The only trooper left is the trooper that you see as you round the corner in the cell with Nanu.
Okay, Doobie's gonna shoot first.
Okay.
I think he's been
questions later.
shooting.
I think he's.
No, I'm
Just been
saying.
picturing Doobie running down the hall and shooting.
No,
Just all
Doobie's
around.
not running anymore. That's gonna be
Be
his bonus
rooting,
action.
be tooting, be shooting, but by God, be kind. The Doobie Creed.
Okay.
Wait, I thought it was be rootin', be tootin', by
God, be shootin', but above all else,
Be
be
kind.
kind.
All right, Doobie, are you gonna take the shot?
Yes,
Excellent. Roll.
that's a 9.
9 plus.
A 5 plus 4.
Thank God you didn't critically fail and hit.
You
Okay.
miss.
Okay, but
And it
I'm
hits the
gonna-
top of the cell.
With my
Okay,
luck.
but
Okay.
I'm gonna take my bonus action now,
Okay.
and I'm going to run
Okay.
and hit with my gun, like
Does-
bludgeon on the head. I've
Does
got
a
the
bonus
scale and stuff.
action? Does a bonus action allow you to move and hit this man? You have your focus points back because
That's
you
what
have
I'm-
rested.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
Okay.
On doing. I'm using flurry of blows.
Okay, to scale and stab.
So I'm gonna scale, but I don't have a knife, so I'm gonna hit over the head with my gun.
Okay. Roll to hit, I guess,
Okay.
or does that automatically hit?
It's a good question. I forgot how to.
I've
use
gotten
it.
to be a better DM because of this. Thank you. I'm asking the right questions and saying fun things on there.
Now I have Doobie Wonderland.
That's
Maybe-
really good.
Maybe I make that an edit for the.
We'll
season
release a
finale.
bonus track.
It's for a Patreon subscriber.
Maybe that'll get viewers on the YouTube channel.
I'm so sorry. Give me a second to try to figure out how.
That's like a 5e thing. That's like a regular
Yeah,
thing.
I think you still have to roll.
Yeah.
Just roll
You
like a
get
regular
extra
d20.
attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what we do being.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Fun fact,
Okay,
the
that's
only reason I
an
know that
11
tune is
plus
from Happy
4, so
Feet.
that's
Me
15.
too. 15?
15.
15 hits.
Cool.
Thought it
Roll
was an
damage for me.
original song
Okay.
For Happy Feet.
It was?
No, I
No, it
thought
was
it
not.
was for the longest
It's like,
time.
wait, did
For the
that
longest
movie
time?
come out in like 2000?
For the longest time.
Wow.
I think for an unarmed strike, it's just 2.
It's just too flat.
2 flat.
Okay. Well, this is like a stock strike, right? Which
How
is
does that
Oh, yeah.
work with her
Improvised
depleting HP, but also luck points?
You could
Um,
translate them into.
yeah. I can still take it off in terms of like
You just get
luck.
pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It basically
He's now concussed and therefore less lucky.
the only thing it really means is like picturing it in your mind's eye. Like really, it's still the same numbers off of him.
I got you.
So with your stock strike, since it's not technically unarmed, you'll get 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Okay.
Basically 3.
So 3 plus 1, that's 4.
4. Okay.
Thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome. I really do try. That takes us to Nanu.
Okay. I'm gonna aim for shooting arm.
For shooting arm?
I'm gonna try to just slice down.
Okay.
Shooting arm.
Shooting arm. Who's Narm?
By God, keep shooting.
Be sure to shoot an arm. We have 20 minutes left. This has flown by.
It really has.
Really?
Listen, you
I
critically
feel
failed.
like I've been here for a minute.
You critically
Ouch,
failed.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Oh,
Okay.
Anne.
On a crit fail,
Annie.
you lift your ignited lightsaber above your head, and it slips out of your grasp and deactivates as it flies out of your hand.
Thank
and the
God it's
lightsaber.
deactivated.
I think that's a thing. If a
Yeah,
lightsaber gets
pretty
knocked
sure
out of a
it does.
Jedi's hand, it gets deactivated.
Otherwise,
It has in every
chaos.
it has in every Star Wars property I've ever seen. So it flies and it hits the back wall and it drops to the ground, and it'll take you like a turn to turn around and get it. You could take your bonus action to run to the back wall and pick it up, but you would be back there.
You want me to run and not just reach out my hand?
Okay, miss, I don't know how to use the Force.
It comes to me.
Okay. If you use a Force pull, you'd have to like do that next turn, I think, because I think
Okay,
that's technically a spell or an at-will thing,
No,
isn't
it
it?
is. It is.
Okay.
I wasn't saying I'll do it right now. I'm
Right.
just saying bold of you to assume that I would leave this prime attack position.
Right. Jar Jar Bonks.
All right.
You are at the control panel. You would have to run all the way to the other end to get there in time. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
All right. Let me just catch myself up here. So, there's no, like, all the doors are open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I hate that.
all right. Well, let me scroll through some powers that I can possibly do.
Do it.
I have an assess the situation power.
Okay.
It's at will. And I take a sensory snapshot of a target within range, and it grants me a brief insight into their defenses. I have advantage on the next attack roll I make against the target.
Okay. So what are you trying to analyze?
Isabel. Anyway.
Trying to analyze.
Anne was trying to touch my face, and I said no to COVID-19.
You basically built your own pop filter.
Okay.
What are you trying to analyze?
No, that's analyze is my tech power.
Okay,
Assess
what are you doing?
Assess the situation. Okay. I can. How close am I to? Actually, no. I'm not even gonna try and focus on whatever's going on outside the door because I want to focus on neutralizing the situation that we have now. So I'm going to. Sorry, I'm going to. I can do a very good indie girl voice. Anyway, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look, Ann.
Don't look at me like that.
Don't look at me.
Did she make your heart beat faster than I could?
Okay, I hate this. I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. All right, it's been a good night. It's a good night.
Everything was white.
Please do the thing.
His hair, his smoke, his shades.
Okay, I'm gonna assess the stormtrooper, the one that's still standing.
Okay.
Are there two?
Using your
No, it's
No,
just
there's the one.
skills.
Yes, I'm gonna assess him. I assess the situation. Range is 30 feet.
Okay.
Got it all up
What do
in
you
the
see?
zone.
Well, I gain a brief insight into his defenses.
Okay. He's wearing navy armor, which is just a little bit sturdier than the standard stormtrooper armor. He's kind of hurt because he got hit by the butt of a stock. And
But are there any unique, I don't know, flaws in his armor?
he is very susceptible to blasters and lightsabers.
Okay,
I shot
listen,
or
I don't know
stabbed
what to
this
do.
guy
Everything is
probably
everything's on the opposite side of the room for me. I'm just vibing out by the control panel.
Okay.
Explode the controls.
Yeah, and all the
that
doors
knowledge
just
in there.
slam back
I don't
down.
think there's any unique weakness. You figured that. Okay. You figure that he.
Okay, actually, is there anything sharp near me?
Is there anything sharp near you?
Yeah.
My teeth.
Something I could use to get these handcuffs off.
Just call Doobie over.
Like,
Doobie!
hey,
Okay.
like
Charge-
the keys on any of the bodies that you've seen.
You think I'm smart?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, can Doobie run over and
Yes,
chew the?
yes.
Okay, Doobie's gonna chew your handcuffs off
I'll
now.
allow that to happen.
Yay!
Do I have to roll? He
Okay,
looks
no,
up.
You don't. We're taking it back to Trask. Trask, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm looking at the thing to see if there are any alarms going off.
Their eyes will
Stormtroopers
meet as he
rushing
goes-
towards us.
You see, before he died, one of the stormtroopers opened an intercom channel. So the alarm hasn't been set off, but whatever audio has been made
no.
has basically been transmitted somewhere you're not sure of.
Can I make a technology check to see if someone's on the other end
Yeah.
receiving it,
Yeah,
or if
yeah.
I can block it
That's
in some
reasonable.
way?
Deception check and be like, good drill, man.
Good drill.
No, everything's fine here. A weapons test. How are you?
Do if the prisoners were to have escaped.
That's how the Bastille went down.
That was a 12.
Okay, on a 12, I think you're able to signal that it was some sort of malfunction, and you shut the channel off.
Sweet.
And you hear a voice on the other end say, "Wait," and it just gets cut off.
Everything
so-
fine, bye.
I'm not sure. Luke, we've got company. I'm not sure.
No,
that-
it's kid. We're gonna have company.
okay. Sorry.
Are we going to reference this every episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think they're
Can
not.
I take their helmets off?
I just need to
Yeah.
know if I need to memorize every line.
Yes.
Or, know the general.
I've got the
gist.
script pulled up.
Okay.
He died around the same time your father did.
How did my father die?
How'd my father die?
49 times.
Okay. So I don't think they're able to tell where the call is coming from. But
Inside the Star Destroyer.
yeah, I think people might be on a little bit higher alert.
Cool.
So takes us to the trooper. He's getting real tired of doing this. He makes a double attack against Nanu. Because she's still in front of him,
Yup.
and you have no lightsaber.
Yup.
So, 21.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Ouch. Nanu's just gonna die.
5
Okay.
and ooh, 22.
Another one.
4. I think y'all did buy a med kit. At the store.
I forgot that we still have other people after this encounter.
Well, this encounter might be the one to wrap up the night.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
but like we're not going to
probably.
have a long rest.
No, you're not.
Nope.
I used a focus point.
No. Do you? Okay. It's Doobie. It's you.
Wait, what?
It's your turn.
It
Oh.
do be your turn.
Okay, well, Doobie's gonna try to shoot again because he just realized he's not gonna have a long rest and he needs to really save those focus points.
Okay, Doobie, take a shot.
Hit me with your best shot.
Dun,
That's a
dun.
non-natural 20.
Well, that does hit.
Do it hit?
It do hit. What's that damage?
Do be hitting though.
Okay, so that is a 4 damage.
All right, on 4 damage, the trooper is shot from behind and he falls forward to the ground dead. The Jedi did not hit the stormtrooper.
I'm so mad.
Well, you technically did.
that's true.
You knocked him off his feet.
Nanu's just going to kind of slink away in defeat and go manually pick up her lightsaber now.
Doobie's gonna run over to the body and jump on top of it.
Why?
Why?
Because he wants
That's a war crime.
There's no Geneva Convention in space.
Geneva-
You're gonna
doesn't
get
exist in
Nuremberg
this
trialed in space.
Doobie
Bro,
just-
you just posted war crime. You are going to get Nuremberg.
No president has
Doobie
no president
just
has not
loves
committed
his
war
friends,
crimes.
and he just really wants to show them that he'll do whatever for them.
Okay.
Even commit war
We
crimes.
didn't ask you to jump on
I
a
did
corpse.
this for you.
Nobody asked.
I made this for you.
He's gonna look at Trask and
And
be like,
once again,
I know you don't like me, but
I am once again asking.
I am no longer asked.
I'm no longer asking for you to commit war crimes in my name.
Trask definitely isn't asking for anyone to commit war crimes, and also
Doobie's gonna look at
So-
Trask and Nanu
I
and be
can't
like,
see you. I think.
okay, well, Doobie's gonna look at
In
the
my general direction.
All right.
and be like, y'all don't love me, but I love you. As he's
Not
Doobie
just
says this to a
embarrassed
wall.
For like, this is now the second time that Doobie has come in. And
It's kind of
yelled
emasculating, isn't it?
a little bit.
So I think I'm gonna just sort of give some narrative here as to how the encounter ends. Everyone has removed their handcuffs.
Yay.
You've retrieved whatever equipment from storage, which was next to the control panels.
My guns.
So you've got everything back.
Yay.
As you head towards the front of the chamber where the control panels and the armory is, you hear knocking against the front door with the butt of a rifle, and you hear several voices asking, "What's going on in there? Let us in. What's going on in there?"
Nothing.
And you assume, with your on-off radius that you did, you must have shorted the door, but you don't know how long it's gonna last. You see, just like from episode 4, the door's creeping up and they're trying to crawl in.
Is there an air duct?
You
A
start.
ventilation shaft, if you will.
You start
Weren't
scanning the
there-
hallway. How about y'all roll perception
Wait.
for me
Weren't there
Can I
those
see anything on the
like hatches in
panel?
our cells?
on the control panel?
Yeah,
That's a nat
so-
20, baby.
Oh shoot!
There you go.
That
First of the night.
is a
First of the night.
Probably
16.
only of the night.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Don't roll
Of course, I couldn't roll that in combat.
All right. On a nat 20, Nanu states out loud that she remembers that there were ventilation ducts in
you
each of the cells, and the
The
one in
ventilation
hers was
ducts
a
on
little
the
bit
Star
loose.
Destroyer.
from what she could tell. So what are we gonna do to get up in there?
Doobie's small and has +6 acrobats. I vote he goes up.
You have 6 acrobats?
I have
We all need
6
a
acrobats?
triangle.
What is this, Hamlet?
All right, so
What?
I'm going to.
Can I throw Doobie up in there? Like, since
Up in
I'm
there.
6'5"?
Can we all like human or like not necessarily human?
We do the double jump from
Pyramid?
Lego Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
go and start lifting
Woo!
the shorter folks up
Yeah.
into the vent.
Okay.
Jardra's
Wait,
pretty
we
tall.
should save the one who has +6 acrobatics to like fend for himself. He's a
Okay.
spring.
He's also
All right, I get it, Nanu.
cold-blooded.
You first, and I lift Nanu up into the vent.
All right.
Doobie's like,
Um,
you're just jealous because you can't kill anybody in combat.
Whoa!
So I think
If Doobie loves his friends so much, why would he say that?
It was
Yeah.
a
Also, is he
lighthearted
insinuating
jest.
that you can kill people outside of combat?
No, he's saying that Nanu wants to save herself because she can't fend for herself.
All right.
Say for
Wow.
marriage.
So I think the
Nanu
four of
has
y'all.
been nothing but mean
The
to
Jedi
Doobie.
can't get married.
That's a
Well, Kide Mundi
Who's
did,
gonna enforce it?
but,
Who gonna check me, boo?
Okay,
They're all
so
dead.
Unless.
you all make your way up into the ventilation, and you all rest on a small platform before looking above you, and you see 2 stories of basically a vertical tunnel above you.
Stormtroopers.
And we have re-entered season 2 territory here.
I'm going to, as we like keep moving,
Mhm.
I do want to say I'm going to line, where we entered with goose oil.
Okay.
So if anyone
think
tries to
also-
come back after us,
I think also you reactivate the ray shield to your door. I mean, it won't do much, but like
Yeah.
it'll be something.
it'll confuse them.
Yeah.
Throw him off
their
his rhythm.
Um,
We'll
So-
throw
Wait,
him off
would
the
it be
rhythm.
better to reactivate them? Cause like then they're like they didn't leave their cell and they'll look at the shaft first.
who
But,
doesn't
like-
really?
Who among us?
I mean,
Among us hasn't.
when it's
Hasn't
that
examined a good
glaringly
shaft.
With the
obvious,
shaft.
when it's right in front of you like that.
Listen, when there's a shaft in front of you, you kind of have to examine it.
Exactly. But like, should we leave them open? Should we not? Because like, then they'll go like, okay, clearly they got out somehow, and like, the shields are still up.
What do you?
Or
Let's
should we?
let's just make a quick decision. What do we do
I
with the
vote we
ray
leave them
shields?
open,
I say
and then they wonder
we-
where we are because we could be
Yeah,
literally
I vote we
anywhere.
leave them open.
All right,
Okay.
we leave him open.
Okay. So you look above you.
Replace the grate.
Yeah. You look above you,
Have it
and
pristine.
do y'all want to try to do anything?
Ah.
With the 6 minutes we have remaining to get up there.
My laptop
Doobie, climb.
is okay. Doobie is climbing.
Okay.
We're gonna give Doobie. We're gonna put. Here, boy. I'll put the one end of the rope in his mouth. He's gonna start.
His little
It makes the
his little
Hanna-Barbera like
bat-
scampering noise too. It goes
No, I'm worried about putting it in my teeth because they're so strong and sharp.
They're so
Gonna
strong and
break
good.
The rope.
Look,
I don't want to
be
break
like a golden retriever
Hold
with an
the
egg in its
your
mouth.
Hold it gentle.
Okay,
Gentle.
Doobie, if he does that, that's 17
Gentle.
plus 6. That is 23 to do this.
Crow.
Yeah, I think you make it to the top with
All
the
way
rope in your
2
hand.
stories.
And you crawl up into the landing that was identical to the one. Stop!
How did it
No.
sound?
It sounded like
Oh.
that's him scuttling
That's
out.
good radio, baby.
Oh. Okay, you make your way up to the landing. Okay, you make your way up to the landing. I'm so exasperated. You make your way.
good word.
You make your way up to the landing, and you're looking through the grate. It's sort of vertical and not vertical. It's sort of like against the sidewall. So you're looking out, and you see what you assume to be the brains room of the ship, the systems control.
There's a brain in there.
Y'all got a brain in there?
Yeah, the real heist was for a brain for Doobie, kind of Wizard of Oz-esque. But I think that's a pretty good place to call it. As
Very
any.
fun, very fun.
So thank you guys very much for
Thank you.
listening.
Thank you.
This has been the 5th installment of the genre, which will go on to be called
D90.5.
We will be off air next week because of spring break.
True.
But we will be back strong and with a vengeance.
Technically, we're
next
off air
Wednesday.
right now
Technically, yeah.
because our transmitter's down.
Our transmitter's down, but if you're on the web stream, you are listening to us. I think spring break will give me a good chance to catch up on uploads, so we're like on week of recording.
Yay.
So hopefully we'll get that worked out.
Truly
But
love to see it.
thank you everyone for listening very much. We really appreciate it.
Maybe our views will get up.
Introduce Jacob to Abbott and Costello.
That's 8 minutes
What?
long.
Y'all have a
it's
doobie-tastic day. Please
If you
vamp
want.
while I go turn
But
off.
If you want.
actually, don't have a doobie-tastic day.
If you
because
want.
he's a murderer.
Anyway. Do, da, 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 da.